Good evening, all the joinees. Hi, this is Shruti. I welcome you all to the webinar conducted by NGEN Markets. By the time others join in, let's have a look at today's webinar topic. So, the topic for today is mutual fund holding analytics, in which we will be understanding the month on month changes in the portfolio positions by mutual funds. Then we will also see the individual funds asset allocation and holding analytics. Then we will also see a dynamic daily NAV reports which gets generated in the reports tab in the funds section. And at the end we will also take topic related Q&A. So now let us start with our today's webinar. So this is the landing page of NGEN Markets, which is the overview tab of market section. Now for today's topic, we will move forward with the fund section. Now in the fund section, you can see the very fifth tab is holding analysis, which is just beside the AMC tab. Now in the holding analysis tab, we, in the holding analysis tab, we are having four sub tabs: sector changes, stock changes, equity holdings, and debt holdings. So, in the equity holdings tab, you can basically see the month on month changes in the mutual fund holding percentage either in sectors, stocks, and debt. Now, in the first sector changes tab, on the left side of the screen, you can see all the number of sectors like banks, IT software, pharmaceuticals, and so on. And here we are basically showing you a trend analysis for past 12 months. So here you can see a heat map structure, right? And here on the extreme right corner, you can see the holding for the current month. You can also select the number of schemes, basis, asset class, and SEBI category. Now here equity as an asset class gets selected by default. So if you want to change the asset class, you can just click on the drop down and you can select the asset class accordingly. You can also to select the SEBI category, you can just click on this search box and from here you can select the category according to your preference. Now here in this second blue row, you can see the number of funds in consideration. Now here if we focus on the month of May 2026, we can see the number of schemes are showing 1092, which means that currently we are looking up at 1092 schemes in the equity as an asset class. Now here you can also see the percentage number in each of the cell. Here for example, if we take IT software as a sector, and for the month of May 2026, we can see the average holdings in this particular sector are 9.93 percentage. Now here further, if you wish to check that which all are the mutual funds that are currently holding to the IT software sector in the month of May 2026, then you can just click on the sale and this window will open up. Now here we can see these holdings in further more detail. Now here we can see that 782 number of schemes are currently holding the IT software sector in the month of May 2026. You can see these holdings in terms of percentage and amount as well. And here you can also click on the column headings to sort the data in ascending and descending manner. And you can also download this data in the Excel sheet by just clicking on this Excel like icon. Now here you can also see some color codings, right? The green and red color. So here if we focus on this finance sector in the month of April 2026, we can see that the average holding for the finance sector in the month of April was 8.41 percentage. And here if we now focus on May 2026, the holding percentage has slightly decreased up to 8.21%. So here we can analyze that when the holding percentage decreases in the next month, then it will show in the red color. And in opposite to that, If we focus on the month of March 2026, the holding percentage was 8.23%, and in the month of April, it has been increased up to 8.41%. That is the reason it is showing in the green color. Now, here you can also see these holdings in terms of percentage and in terms of value as well. By default, the toggle will be on the percentage option. If you wish to see in the value, you just need to change it toggle accordingly. Okay. Now, moving forward with the stock changes tab. So, the stock changes is also the same like sector changes. Here, just the difference is you can see the month on month changes in the mutual fund holdings in various stocks, and here you can also filter the number of stocks basis their market cap. So here if you just click on the drop down, you can select the large cap, mid cap and small cap stocks accordingly. For now I will just keep it as large cap stocks only. And here also you can like select this, you can see the holdings in terms of asset classes. You can just click on the drop down, and here also by default equity will get selected. You can select the asset class according to your preference. Now here if we focus on this HDFC Bank as a stock in the month of May 2026, we can see the average holding percentage is 7.27 percentage, and if you click on that particular cell, we can see that 513 mutual funds are holding to this HDFC Bank in the month of May. And here you can see these holdings in terms of percentage, amount, and shares also. And here also you can download this data in the Excel sheet. And here also you can see a heat map structure, which means the red and green color codings. And here if you want to see the holdings in a broader manner in value or shares, that is also possible. You just need to change the toggle accordingly. You can also click on this show fund counts checkbox to see the number of schemes in these blue brackets. Now moving forward with the equity holdings tab. So here if you wish to check the current holdings of any particular stock, the current holdings, you just need to search for the stock name in this search bar. So I will just search it for Eternal Limited, and I will just click on the stock name. So now here we are able to see that currently 628 mutual funds are holding to this Eternal Limited stock, and 79,089 CRs have been invested across these 628 mutual funds. And here in this gray section below, you can see all the data for this 628 schemes. You can see the individual fund holding towards Eternal Limited. You can also see the fund's total AUM and how much it is holding towards that particular stock. You can also see the 1 month, 6 month, and 1 year returns, the individual returns of these schemes on an individual basis. And in addition to that, in recent time, we have also here given the option to ignore the ETF and index funds. So here if you wish to see only active holdings, if you wish to ignore the ETF and index funds, you can just click on this checkbox. Now you can see the number of schemes have been reduced according to your action. Now moving forward with the debt holdings tab. So here if you wish to check the debt holdings in any of the company, you can search it by the ISIN number and the company name as well. So I will just search it for JSW Steel. I will just type the name of the company and just click on the search option. Now here we can see that 54 number of schemes are currently holding to this JSW Steel as a company. Now here you can also see this month on month holding changes for a particular scheme. See this, so to see this holding percentage on an individual scheme level, you just need to open that particular scheme in its single analytic page. So here I will just take an example of Parakparik FlexiCap fund, and I will just click on the fund name so that it can open in its single analytic page. Now here by default the first tab which gets open is fund performance. We need to move forward with the asset allocation tab, and in that, in overview tab, you can see the portfolio of that particular scheme. And here if we can see that this HDFC bank has the highest exposure in Parak Parik FlexiCap fund. We can also see the holding percentage, and we can also see that under which market cap it is lying. And also on the top right corner, you can also see the last updated date. Moving forward, in the position changes by month tab, you can see the largest increases and largest decreases from the last month. And here also, if you click on the drop down, you can see the data for past 12 months. You can just change the month option and you can see the data accordingly. I will now let's focus on the month of May 2026. So here we can see that in the month of May, this particular stock has increased its holding percentage up to 0.55 percentage, and this power grid corpon stock has reduced its holding up to minus 0.58 percentage. And in a, in addition to that, on the right side you can also see the positions added and positions removed in that particular month. Moving forward with the position over time tab, so here you can see the trend analysis for past 12 months. And here if we now also focus on this HDFC Bank as a stock, we can see that in the month of May, the holding percentage was 7.88. And here, please note that on the extreme right corner, you can see the data for the current month. And if you scroll your screen further, you can see the older month's data. And here you can see these holdings in terms of security and sector also. And here in the security section, we have also given the option to see these holdings in terms of percentage as well as in the shares. And here if we now focus on the HDFC Bank, we can see that the i- sh- the number of shares have been increased from the month. In the month of April, the number of holdings was 1450.07, and in the month of May 2026 it has been increased up to 1497.27 lakhs. And now if we change the toggle to sector, we can see that in the banking sector this particular scheme is heavily weighted. So in the month of May 2026, the holding percentage was 26.91. And here also you can see the data in the red and green color, right? So here this red color shows the decrease and green color shows the increase. In addition to that, in the equity sectors tab, here you can see top 10 equity sectors of this particular scheme's portfolio, and we can see that banks as a sector has the highest exposure of 20.13%. And now as I have clicked on that particular sectors bar, we can see all the number of banking stocks who are holding to this particular scheme. Now moving forward with the fund section, now we will also have a look on the dynamic daily nav reports which gets generated on a daily basis on our platform. So here by default you can see this NAV reports for the regular funds, and to download these reports you just need to click on the Excel like icon. And here if you wish to download this NAV reports for direct schemes, you can just click on the drop down and you can select the second option accordingly. Now, here I will just open the dynamic NAV reports and we will take a look at this. And here in please note, in the recent time we have also updated the format of this NAV reports. So now here you can also see this NAVs according to the asset classes. You just need to select the asset class from the bar below. So here if we see the equity, if we focus on the equity asset class, you can see the number of schemes accordingly, and here the daily updated NAV. And here if you scroll your screen further, you can see all the parameters and all the data for these schemes on a daily basis. So this was the this is it for the today's webinar topic.
All right. So before we take up any questions for today's session, I would like to let all the attendees know that we have launched officially our new platform called as Engine EQ, which is specifically for stock level analysis. You can anytime search on your Chrome browser Engine EQ, and the first link that comes up, you can simply click on it and anytime have a demo login access as well. You can have a 1 day demo login for the same. This analysis will cover everything ranging from the financials, charting, any kind of forecasting, balance sheet, portfolio creation, uploading facility. All these things will be available in our Engine EQ platform, and the price for the same is 15,000 annually. And if you are an existing user of Engine Markets, you can avail a discount, and this would be available at a discounted price of 10,000 for the existing Engine Markets users. So post this, if there's any question related to the topic, do let us know.
I would like to question about the portfolio holding report.
Y-
Uh,
yes.
can you go to that tab? Uh, so now, uh, if there is a month-on-month change is there, of the scripts. Yes. So if I want to see both the things together, percentage and the number of stocks, because percentage can change because of the price change, and number of stocks can change because of the
Buy
bonus
and sell, correct.
bonus shares and
Huh.
something like that also,
Hmm.
because that necessarily doesn't mean ki there is a addition by the fund manager. So if I want to check both the things together, is it possible? And if possible, how to see that?
Uh, right. So currently it will not be possible because currently you have it on a one view basis only. It is either percentage or either shares in lakhs. Either of the two could be seen at the same time. I mean, could be seen at once. I think you would be required to download the Excel for the same, and then mapping will be required. At the moment, one view is what we show right here.
Because we are interested in knowing what the fund manager has actually bought, because automatically if any price or number of shares are changed, we are not interested in that, because we want to know what the fund manager has sold and what actions are taken by the fund manager actively. So these details are not valuable, because it can change because of the market and it can change because of the bonus shares and something like that. So that will not give the clear picture what the fund manager has increased or decreased.
Sure. I mean, I can take this definitely as a feedback if we could show them simultaneously right next to each other.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? Please let us know.
You can give some little demo about the your stock platform.
Sure, no problem. Shruti, if you can just log into the EQ platform. Yeah. So you can have an access. 24-hour demo login will be available to you. This is the live market section that you can have a look upon. There are also certain AI commentaries that we have provided. The second tab can let you know the market movers, the top gainers and the top losers that are there in the market. You can have a quick view. This is again, we are summarizing this on an AI specific basis. The details that you're seeing is an AI driven summary. Further to that, just like engine markets, we also have a screener that can help you to screen stocks basis multiple parameters. There are more than 20 odd filters that you can use to filter the list that you are looking upon. Further to that, if you click on a respective stock, for example, if you click on HDFC Bank, it can take you to a single stock analysis. This is a section wherein right below you could see the price analysis, volume analysis, there's rolling return analysis, and distribution. Further to that, uh, if you scroll up, few more tabs are available, which includes key ratios, multiple ratios such as P, PB, ROE, and such ratios. The history for the same will also be available. Then we have the next tab of financials, which can show you balance sheet, cash flow, profit and loss related to each stock. You can have a look either on a consolidated level or on a standalone basis. Further to that, we also have a tab called as forecast that can help you in forecasting the price. There are multiple uh, models that are used for this forecasting. You can have a look, such as price cone, target probability, regime check, and lastly you can have a look upon the company profile. Further to that, you can also instantly generate a report out of it as well. Quickly, an HTML or a PDF report will be available. This is a printable report. The first one, if you click onto it, yeah, this is an HTML report. All the details will be available just by a single click. You can save this as an HTML or as a PDF onto your end. Coming back to our platform, we also have a section wherein you can also create a portfolio. Just like engine markets, how you upload a cas file or an excel file, you could create a portfolio of stocks. Further to that, we have also added a feature right here. If you have access to any broker reports, be it like Grow or Zerodha, if you provide that to us, we could build that upload facility on the system, and you will be able to run an analysis onto the same. Post that, we also have a charting tool available. You can add multiple indicators that we have provided, basis which you can do a detailed technical analysis for the same. And the further tabs are the index section, which can give you benchmark specific details. You can favorite your benchmarks, view how each benchmark is moving. Then the economic data is available, which can let you know macroeconomic level data. Further to that, bonds information is available. You can compare it with other country bond data. And the last tab will be the news tab. So you can avail a demo login for a day's time, and post that you can make a payment, as mentioned initially 15,000 is the annual charge, and if you are an engine markets user, the pricing will be 10,000. Shruti, you can go back to engine markets page. Any more questions? Please let us know. So there's a question in the chat box. How can we check the performance of portfolio invested SIPs with benchmark? So first thing, when you run a portfolio analysis, we have a dedicated portfolio SIP section. If we could just run a portfolio. Yeah, so this is a portfolio level SIP wherein onto the portfolio NAV, we are showing you an SIP analysis or an SIP calculation wherein you can input the installment amount and the dates, and the returns could be viewed just right here. So further to that, if you want to view the SIP returns of a benchmark at the moment, you can make use of our compare section. You can load in your benchmark, and we have a dedicated tab called as monthly SIP. Let's say we just load maybe Nifty 50, yes. And there's a tab called as monthly SIP right here. You can input the same installment amount and the dates. And once you click on run SIP, this can give you the result. I can take it as a feedback onto portfolio level SIP if we could add one liner returns for the benchmark as well that way.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Um, that one time. So,
Hello.
and whatever. Hello.
Yes.
So in the screener tab, once we go, showed us that if there is any movement in any of the funds or any of the equity bought or in the sector bought. So similarly, can we see it for the gold and silver also in any multi-asset allocation funds?
Sorry, your question was if there's any changes in the physical gold or silver that has happened for a respective fund, do we show that in the sector changes? Is that your
Screener.
question?
Yeah, in the screener.
In the funds screener, is that what you're referring to?
Yes, in the funds screen.
So, madam, specifically in the funds screen section, we show the latest month data, and right here, we show the equity debt split specifically. You can view previous month's data as well, but that will be specific to the overall equity and debt allocation changes.
What I'm asking is the holding analysis tab over here.
Uh,
One that you were explaining right now for the session.
Sorry, your voice is breaking. I'm unable to hear you.
Just a second. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Hello.
So the thing is, once we go into the holdings and our holding analysis,
Okay.
the time that you were explaining some time back,
Yeah, holding analysis. Correct.
or over here, like in a multi-asset allocation fund, do you even show the gold and silver movement in the past 1 year?
Uh, just a minute.
Category asset fund.
Right. So currently, we do not show the gold and silver movement specifically in the holding analysis section. I
Okay.
can just check this internally if it would be possible to show the same.
Yeah, so that will help because right now with like in the asset allocation, like we've included gold, silver, RPITs, index, all these bifurcations. So it will be much better if we have that as well so that we can track as to how any fund manager has taken a call over gold and silver.
Sure. Sorry. I was incorrect there. There is an option right there. Just a minute. If you just click on the drop down of asset class and select hybrid as the asset class. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you go to the filter holding types as the option, no, go to filter holdings, and then there's a drop down of gold. If you see, just unselect equity, and then there's an option of gold. You can select that.
So this will be for
Uh,
on the
I will just ask, select one fund of multi-asset. That will be better. You select one of the fund, any of the fund.
You're talking about single fund analysis, or
Single
are you?
fund, single fund.
Okay, because madam was asking about holding
No,
analysis.
you,
That
you
is
go
why.
to White Oak multi-asset. Just go into White Oak multi-assets. Okay. Now in that asset allocation, please check. Position month on month. Position changes by month.
Yeah, I think if you go into positions over time, you'll see it. It may not be categorized exactly as gold, but you'll get some idea here.
You can select sector here.
So there's another question in the chat box by Mr. Rohit Singh. So what you can do is you can drop your contact details in the chat box, and our sales team will get in touch with you for the pricing of the Engine Pro.
So debt, there is no gold, silver is visible.
So this was visible in buy security section. If you had a look upon it,
No, but I will not able to see all the total weightage of that gold, silver, how much is changed because that is script wise. So there are many transactions. One is 995, one is bar, one is purity, one is ETF.
Yeah,
So I will
in
not able to do the total and all this
yeah,
thing.
in position changes, the sector only applies to equity sectors. So here, or sometimes debt, but gold is not bunched up together as one item for over time. In the single view of the latest asset allocation, you'll be able to see one bucket for gold. But over time, there is no summation of only gold holdings.
So there real estate also. So you mean you need to that take care of this.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Take this feedback, please.
Definitely.
any more questions? Please let us know. All right, so there's another question, how to compare SIP performance between two schemes. So you can make use of our compare section. You could load the schemes right here just by searching for the fund name. Once that is done, you could go to our tab called as monthly SIP, and you can input the installment amounts along with the dates, and you get to see the XIRR and final value for the schemes. Not just two, but if you add more, they would also be visible. All right, Shruti, if there are no further questions, we can close for today.
Thank you everyone for joining in. You can anytime visit our YouTube channel, and there we have created a dedicated webinar playlist for all the webinars. So here currently we have 190 pre-recorded sessions, and this week's webinar will be uploaded by next week. So thank you everyone and happy weekends.